Yo, what is happening, my fellow gearheads? It's me, Garrett Gearbo135, and today I'm going to be showing you something that I've been working on privately for a while. Note, if you notice this video has a little bit better camera quality, it's because I got a new GoPro that I'm recording this on. It's gonna be sweet. Okay then. This book contains some of the coolest things that I could ever think of. Okay. First page is blank. These are all filled with characters that I've been thinking of for a while. Like, for example, this is Road Demon. His real name is unknown. His height is 6 foot 11 inches. Before he became this villain, he served in a war, and he suffered from a tragic accident that burned this mask onto his face. It's kind of disgusting. Then there's Hammerhand. Real name, Hank Zamoran. Height, 5 foot. I don't really remember what I wrote. Hammerhand lost his hand because of an accident. And he was known for killing 85 kids before his arrest. Note from the Guardian Agency, that's the name of the series, Guardian. This young man was horribly injured in an accident and replaced his hand with a hammer. Pretty cool stuff. Then comes to some of the agents. There's James Kennett, the Trapper. His goal is to contain all of these evil creatures and stuff. Here's his weapons. Pulse AK-47. Sleep Net releases a narcotic gas that knocks enemies out. And a shock knife. Then there's William Churchill, weapons expert of Squad 059. Yep, 059. And his weapons are his morphing turret, Hellfire short stock, and plasma axe, and a hand cannon. Pretty powerful stuff, if you know what I mean. Yeah, come on. Then there's Jack Zalkin, Technician. He basically uses technology and all that cool stuff. Pretty basic. Zach Wilson, Tactician. His goal is to make all the tactics and things that they have to do in order to maintain the law. Then there's Bodoma Sarvantu, heavy weapons expert. He relies on using brute force against their opponents. And his weapons are a quake hammer that uses a piston that applies enough force to cause a small earthquake, bomb shotgun, and frag launcher. And then there's Malakar Bombor, the demolitions expert. What he does is basically him blowing stuff up. Mind if he looks a little bit like Junkrat? It's just weird. Then there's Jessica Drakowski. She is the pyrotechnic specialist. Basically, all she does is she burns stuff, like the pyro from Team Fortress 2, except it's a woman. Pretty cool. Then there's William Schmidt, the medic. Basically, his goal is to keep everyone alive. He lost his leg in an accident, and his weapons are a bone saw that's covered in poison, and a knife that's also covered in poison, and a medicine syringe gun. Kind of like the medic for TF2, except it's a realistic character. Agent 085, founder of the Guardian Agency. Lost most of his body in a severe bombing accident. He's a tough man. Then here's some prisoners, like there's Skip, sentient killer interdimensional puppet. It's basically a puppet that has the ability to suck out the soul of its victims. Next there's Grease Monkey, a psychopathic villain that lost his legs in an accident and replaced his body with a giant mech suit. Pretty freaking cool. Then there's this guy, Tom Guardian, I think that's how I pronounced it, the Defender. His goal is to defend and do a lot of damage. Then there's Jimmy Crycon, the cryotechnic specialist. He has very cool weapons like this ice hook, which he clearly made entirely out of solid ice. And then there's Jessica Joondog, historian. She has a telepathic implant in her brain that gives her the ability to manipulate things with her mind. But if that doesn't work, she also carries around a pulse pistol and a plasma sword. Then there's the Dictator paintings, or Prisoner 008. It's basically pictures of all the world's most feared dictators. I don't want to recite their names in case if anyone gets offended by this. Then there's Prisoner 078, the surgeon, who turns his victims into disgustingly deformed parasitic minions. Pretty dangerous. And this one is from Czechoslovakian mythology, referred to as the Bubak. A Bubak is a weird mythological being that sits near rivers and is known for killing its victims and wearing their skin as clothing. Kind of gross. And then for prisoners 586, let's see here, to 593 are the demigods of the natural elements. There's Chiron, Geogan, Hydric, Letheon, Hadiax, Tokorian. He's the god of technology. Cool stuff. And then there's Magi, demigoddess of magic. She's by far the most basic looking, but she has the most power out of all of them. And then comes to one of the coolest villains I ever thought of. His name is Fisticuff. He is known for his robotic prosthetic arm that can force an explosion directly out of his fist at an enemy. And he also has like a little chip here on his hand that it could absorb power from an enemy and charge his weapon. It's pretty cool. And I think that's pretty much it for so far. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you all in the next one. Bye.